3 years ago, when I started my journey, I saw this statistic that 90% of fitness journeys fail. I didn't want to be part of it. I didn't want to fail. So I decided to do one thing, to continuously educate myself. And that's the thing that pretty much differentiate me succeeding and me failing. Because of that, I actually succeeded and I'm now pretty damn jacked. In this video, I will reveal to you 5 massive pitfalls that throughout learning and implementing what I had learned, I've seen a lot of men make them, I've made some of them, and by avoiding them, I have seen a lot more results. Now the first mistake: to build muscle, we need to do 3 things: to train, to diet, to eat food, and to rest, to recover. The first mistake is not tracking protein, because most men who don't track their protein intake usually don't eat enough protein. Because of that, they get suboptimal gains or even just stagnate. Because of that, protein is the building block of muscle. When you don't supply your body with the fuel to build muscle, your body won't build as much muscle. The first mistake is eating less than 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. You avoid this mistake by tracking your protein intake and meeting your protein goal each and every day. By doing so, you will gain around 10 to 30% more gains. You will get jacked faster, which is absolutely awesome. Now the second mistake. When I started my journey, I have seen all of these guys on social medias, the one who are massive, who are on steroids, and I decided to do one thing. I deleted all social medias except YouTube. Why? Because I realized that by watching all of these influencers, I screw up my expectations, and because of these screwed expectations, I will not be satisfied or even motivated to go, because I will never get even remotely close to them, and because of that I will quit or even go on the juice, which is not as bad as quitting, but is pretty damn bad. I realized that by screwing up my expectations, I just screw up my journey. The second pitfall that a lot of men make is that they don't have realistic expectations, and then when they see the real results, the results that they get from their training journey, they get demotivated, discouraged, and they quit. We can't allow ourselves to fall to that pitfall, because it's not only about you being dissatisfied with your looks all the times, you being extremely insecure, you taking juice and fucking up your health. It's also about we as men becoming self-obsessed, starting to look at ourselves all the times because we are not good enough in comparison to this guy. We look at that guy and then we compare ourselves to that guy, and then we feel insecure and we become self-conscious, and it's bad. No good comes from that place. So you can either try to influence your algorithm to show you more natural guys, or just stop using these platforms. If you don't want to do these 2 things, then you will fall to this mistake. You will never get satisfied. You will just fuck up your mind, which is more important than your body. Now the third mistake. So it is a pretty generalized one. It is not specific, nothing like that. It is your training plan, and it is not following a few key principles when it comes to a training plan that will allow you to make a lot of gains. What they are? So here they are. The first one is you training the muscle that you want to grow with a good intensity and a good technique. I told that it is pretty generalized. I won't go into specific details in this video, but it's all about training close to failure with the technique that is designed to target the desired muscle group with this exercise, and actually doing this exercise. And with it, you should also, the day after training that muscle, rest it. And the third principle is that you train each muscle twice per week. That's basically the main principles that I have found to optimize gains for almost any lifter, beginner, intermediate. It doesn't really matter. If you follow them, you make more gains. If you don't follow them and you make that mistake, you make a lot less gains. Now the fourth mistake, and it is one that I'd made. So after losing weight, I got into this trap in which I was just really shredded. I didn't really realize it because I was just insecure, because I used to be fat back in the day, and our identities, they take time to follow our realities basically. I lost that weight. I still saw myself as a fat guy for a year, and because of that I was too fucking afraid to bulk. For me to bulk, I needed to start and make a series on this channel just so I be accountable to the bulk about me bulking. You might have seen it or not, I don't care. But here is the thing, bulking was one of the best decisions that I'd made in my fitness journey, because I gained like 10 or 15 pounds, not a lot of weight, but I had gained a lot of fucking muscle. I can bench twice my body weight, which is fucking awesome. I can overhead press my body weight. Before that bulk, I was a lot weaker. I didn't have that strength, I've gained it, and I haven't really gained a lot of fat because I bulked correctly. I bulked the smaller surplus with enough protein, and I made a lot of gains because of that. You should bulk. But only if you are really lean. If you are really lean and you used to be fat or not, and you are afraid to bulk, you should fuck that fear. You should use discipline and bulk because that's discipline. It is sacrificing one desire for a higher one. In this case, the desire for more muscle, and you sacrifice the desire for being extremely shredded. You become less shredded, but you gain a lot more muscle. You become more jacked. Now, the fifth pitfall is pretty obvious, but it is so important that you realize what it is. So I will just go over it quickly, but I need you to realize that it is so damn important. I won't over explain it. I won't go into details when it comes to it. I will just say to you what it is, the basic way to avoid it, and by avoiding it you will get jacked no matter who you are. And it is consistency. When you are not consistent, when you don't go to your workout, when you develop that bitch mentality and you don't go to your workouts because you're tired. You don't go to your workouts because, bro, I didn't eat anything today. Those copes, you make the biggest mistake. Your training plan might suck. You might need to change it because you are fatigued all the time before your workouts, when you're about to do them. But if it is not the case, if you're not going to your workout because of some cop-out, then you should fuck this excuse and go. Because you sticking to the plan is extremely important. If when you say this reason out loud why you're not going, if you don't feel shame or anything like that, if it is that valid, then you shouldn't go. But if it is not that valid, then you should fucking go. Because you know deep in your heart, if you feel that shame, if you feel that feeling that you should have gone, you might as well go and stick to it and become jackter and better at training and build your dream body. And with it you will also build a really strong character, which is fucking awesome. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.